we're going to solve the equation, meaning we're going to find what x is, and we're either going to be adding or subtracting. The first thing I do is I draw a line down the equal sign. The reason I do that is because I treat both sides. Okay, what I do to one side, I got to do the other, and I got to keep them equal. So what I do to one side, I do to the other to keep them equal. So that's why I draw a line. So I don't get confused on where that equal sign is. Then I look at x, and I see what's being done to x. Someone raise your hand and tell me what's being done to x. Well, Matt? Okay, 120 is being added to it. So I see what's being done to it, and I do the opposite of it. I go in reverse. So I subtract the 120. What I do to one side, I do to the other. That allows x to be by itself. That is always your goal. Get the variable by itself. What is 168 minus 120? 48. Before you can move on, you have to show me that 48 is the one and only answer that you can get. You do that by checking your work. Plug in 48 for x. So what is 120 plus 48? Does 168 equal 168? So what does x have to be? 48. So you have absolutely no reason to miss one, because you can always check your answer. So I have x minus 7 is equal to negative 4. I'm subtracting 7 from x, so instead I add 7 to both sides. I have x equals, someone raise your hand and tell me what negative 4 plus 7 is. Raise your hand, Jesse, thank you. It is 3. Okay. If you get confused on that, do 7 minus 4. This gives you the same thing. Okay. Am I done? No, I haven't checked my work. So I plug 3 in for x. What is 3 minus 7? Negative 4. So what does x have to be? 3. Any questions? Write this down. All right, look at n. I'm subtracting 9.7 from it, so I have to add 9.7. Right? So I add 9.7 to both sides. Then what I do is I find out what n equals. If you don't know how to do negative 13.9 plus 9.7, okay, first thing you should do is figure out what's my answer going to be. Is it going to be positive or is it going to be negative? Negative. So I write a negative sign, and then I just do 13.9 minus 9.7, which gives me 4.2. So negative 13.9 plus 9.7 is going to be negative 4.2. And that's my answer. First, I have to check my answer. Good. So negative 4.2 plus negative 9.7. I know my answer is going to be negative. I add those. I get 13.9. Negative. So what does n have to be? Negative 4.2. All right, write this down. Now we're going to be doing the other opposite. Instead of adding, we're going to be subtracting. We have y plus 10. Okay, so how do I get y by itself? I subtract 10. Okay, I do the opposite. Okay, what is 23 minus 10?
13.
So I have 13 is equal to y. Am I done?
No, sure.
No, I got to show my work. What is 13 plus 10? So what does y got to be? 13. Write this one down. So I have 16 plus a is equal to 14, so I subtract 16. A is equal to negative 2. Alright? Now, I got to check my work. What is 16 minus 2? 14. Okay? Is that right? Yes. Okay, so a is equal to negative 2. Some of you found a is equal to 2. And then did 14 plus 2 to get 16. Is that what I have up here?
No.
No, I have 16 plus a is equal to 14. Don't rewrite the problem so your answer is right. Okay? That doesn't make any sense. Write it exactly as it's written. 16 plus 2. Is 16 plus 2 equal to 14?
No.
No, so you must have done something wrong, right? Okay, do not change the problem to get the right answer. Alright, here's your homework for 1 through 6. And I believe 24 and 25. It says graph on a number line. That is not necessary. Okay, so do not draw a number line.